Picture this, your mind is like a garden. Not just any garden. This is the fertile ground where your beliefs, ideas and experiences take root. What happens to that garden if you plant the wrong seeds? It's simple, you get weeds. But imagine, just imagine, if you planted seeds that would bloom into confidence, abundance, clarity and success. What would your life look like if your thoughts automatically created the reality that you wanted? Now you've probably already seen moments where this worked. Have you ever walked into a room and felt everyone's energy shift just by your presence? Maybe you don't even have to say anything. You just are. That's your internal belief system at play, creating the world around you. That's your energy. It's not magnetic, it's science, and it's already inside you. Let's get deeper, because here's where the fun starts. Identity patterns, the seeds you've been planting. Right now, there are patterns at work in your life, positive or negative. They're all the result of the beliefs that you've been nurturing without even realizing it. Let's use a simple example. Imagine you've been stuck in a cycle of procrastination. Every time that you want to do something, your mind whispers, "It's not the right time." Now think about this. What if that same thought pattern was tied to an old belief like, "I don't believe I deserve to succeed, so I'll wait until I'm ready," which I'll never be. Do you see how this works? It's like hitting pause on your own life. So let's change the pattern, shall we? What if you started to shift this belief? What if you chose to act immediately? Because your new belief is, "I deserve success." And taking action creates momentum. Feel that shift. That shift could change everything. You could stop overthinking and just do. Now let's look at how this works in real time, because you already know the process. Let's bring in some NLP modelling, because whether you're aware of it or not, you've had mystical experiences. Those moments where everything clicked, where you felt one with the universe. What did it feel like? Take a moment and remember. It might not have been as grand as sitting under a tree in a temple, but I bet you had moments of clarity. Those moments where your thoughts, feelings and sensations, they aligned perfectly. And in those moments, you were able to see beyond the surface. That's your higher consciousness already awake and ready to go. So the first question is, how do you set up these mystical moments? What's the environment like? Do you need stillness, a quiet place? Or does movement work for you? What kind of feelings do you have before you go into that experience? Excitement, curiosity, calm anticipation. Here's the truth. The key to this experience, whether mystical or mundane, is simply setting the stage. By recognizing the environment that shifts your state of being, you can tap into those deeper layers of yourself whenever you need to. You're in control. So what if you could learn to set those conditions, not just for mystical experiences, but for success? Can you see how this works? Now let's focus on pacing and leading. What does that mean? Well, pacing is about meeting someone where they are. You don't try to drag them into your world of abundance, joy and success. Instead, you understand where they are and gently lead them. For example, say someone tells you, "I'm too afraid to change. I don't think I can do it." What if instead of pushing back, you acknowledge their fear? You might say, "I get it. Fear is something we all feel when stepping into the unknown. But what if it's just a sign that you're on the verge of growth? What if embracing this fear just makes you stronger?" You're pacing them, and you're leading them out of that fear. Now notice how you can do this for yourself too. When fear arises, don't reject it. Accept it, then lead yourself through it. How does that feel? Let's play with emotions a bit now. Have you ever had a moment where your emotions were so intense, so overwhelming, that you could feel your body react before your mind even caught up? Maybe you were in love, or maybe you felt an overwhelming sense of gratitude or peace. Do you see what just happened? Those intense emotions were your subconscious mind driving the experience. What if you could generate those same feelings of joy, peace, and love on demand? When you feel those emotions, everything shifts. Your state changes, your brain lights up, and your body responds accordingly. Now let's zoom out. Take a big picture look at everything we just covered. In essence, you've learned to shift beliefs from I'm stuck to I can break free. Recognize and utilize mystical experiences. How you set the stage for your own transformation. Pace and lead yourself and others, guiding your thoughts, emotions and actions. Use the power of emotions, tapping into the unconscious power of your feelings. All of this, when applied together, will transform you. But here's the thing. All these elements work best when they're integrated into your everyday life. It's not enough to just know about them. You must live them. You must practice and reinforce them. Here's the science behind all this. When you shift your beliefs, you change your neural pathways. Each time you repeat a belief, thought or pattern, you reinforce that neural connection, making it stronger and stronger. This is known as neuroplasticity, the ability of your brain to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections. It's actually scientifically proven that when you change your belief system, you rewire your brain. That means when you decide to shift from doubt to confidence, from fear to action, your brain literally starts working in a new way, creating a new reality. But what happens if you don't do this? Nothing. You stay stuck. Those all limiting beliefs, they continue to rule your life. You'll keep attracting the same results, stuck in the same patterns. What are the consequences if you keep ignoring this? If you stay in that cycle of inaction, fear and doubt? It's simple. You stay the same. But if you start using this process, your life begins to change in ways you can't even imagine. You begin to experience success with ease. Relationships improve. Opportunities appear like magic. You finally feel like you're the one in control of your life. The key is action. It's always been action. You're not just learning new techniques, you're creating a whole new identity. Your old identity, stuck in fear, procrastination and self-doubt, it's fading away as you begin stepping into your power. You're no longer a passive observer in your own life. You're the creator. The takeaway. The universe isn't waiting for you to be perfect. It's waiting for you to start. Every single step you take, in breaking all patterns and embracing the ones that you've just learned, it brings you closer to the version of yourself you've always dreamed of. The power is already within you, always has been. Now it's time to act. And as you act, remember this. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. Every small action builds on the last, and before you know it, you'll be living a life you once thought impossible. So what's your next move?